He's got his own soap
Bye.
brand.
Hi.
Why are you still working? You should be playing with your soap. Hi, everybody. They now
I know
have-
we're saying bye and they're just coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Sunday, 22.
22 December 22nd, 10 o'clock in the morning.
The only reason I knew the date is I put up an Advent snowman outside my door. And so somebody came by every evening and moved over the date on the next day. So when I got up in the morning, it went from 17 to 18
I wonder if it was your crew.
It was probably some of the crew. And I put out a little bag that I painted, that I colored, gnomes, and I put peppermint in it.
Oh,
I took 3 pounds of candy. It was all gone by the end of the week. My suitcase was 3 pounds lighter, so I knew I could buy shit.
You could buy 3 pounds worth of shit.
That's all right. I could buy 3 pounds worth of shit.
It was probably more than 3 pounds later because you were giving away yarn and scrunchies too.
Yeah, and scrunchies and things like that. So I did a bunch of stuff when it came to that. So it was 48.5 going down and 49.1 coming home with everything that I bought and stuff in there. So yeah, how do you like that? Am I good or what, guys? This takes practice. And
yeah, you have to bring stuff that you know you're giving away because you know you're going to shop.
Because I know I'm going to shop. Yeah. I know. There's just no two ways about it.
Yeah.
I know.
You should have just left this here. You didn't need to tote it around with you for a week.
Yeah, but I could stuff this in there so that I have something to do at the airport.
Yeah, but you did it and then you undid it.
I know. And then I didn't do it. So and now I have my traveling sweatshirt. What do you think? I was so cold. We had beautiful weather. It was in the 70s. It was wonderful. It was windy, but it was beautiful. We get to Orlando and it's 50 some degrees. I was dying. I had on a long sleeve shirt. I had on my jacket. I had socks and shoes on. And I'm like, I can't take this cold. And the bus was so toasty warm. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, can you turn the air on? This thing's warm. And I'm like, no. So we get to Orlando and they didn't have one that I liked. They had like the hoodie ones, and I didn't want one of those. So I kind of suffered through Orlando.
Yeah.
Got on the plane, even though it was freezing. And then when we got off in Indy, I died. I just simply was like, oh my God, I can't take this.
Right.
My hands went numb. So I walked past the first shop and I went, oh, perfect. So I walked up. I didn't even know it was only $20.
You didn't care.
I didn't care. I rung it up and went,
care.
Oh my God, I should buy 2. Put it on in the store over my jacket, over my long sleeve shirt, and went out. And Mike and then Mike had my coat in the car. I stuffed it in when he picked us up, and he's like, "Warm enough yet?"
No.
Turned my seat on high. I'm like, "Yeah, that house better be warm." Okay. He's just like sitting in the car going, I wonder what I left it at.
That's like yesterday. So our in-laws came over yesterday and played some cards, and we're all sitting here. I was in sweats and a t-shirt, whatever. We're just playing cards, eating chili. And I'm totally fine. They came over. It was like, I don't know, like 11 or so. And at 3:00, we haven't done anything. Like the house has been the same. Like
just the same. Yeah.
All of a sudden she's freezing. She's been here for 4 hours. Like, and all of a sudden she's
seen it snowing outside.
freezing. And I'm sitting here. My hands are like,
oh my God. Oh,
they're burning up.
Warmth.
Like, whew. And I'm sitting here going, I want to put my hands on the floor because it's cold. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I just looked at her and I said, we haven't changed the temperature in here. We have not. Like,
I know. I told my husband, I said, I'm going to actually knit just a pair of hand warmers. I used to think, why would you bother making hand warmers when all you do is go a little bit further, put a thumb on, and there you have fingerless mitts.
You have mitts.
Right? No. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing so I can knit away.
Did you see that Colleen wants a pattern?
I know.
Your pattern.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah.
I could
print her off. The limp thumb. The limp thumb. Colleen, I could print you off the limp thumb if you want, but I don't think that's the one you want.
No, I think she wanted the last one, and I just haven't done anything more with it.
That's what I told her. I said, I don't think she's written that one down.
No, I did. I haven't cruised enough, Colleen. That was towards the end of the other cruise. So.
You can't do that while you're cruising. You have to write the pattern up.
Sometimes I do, because I can sit down there and not be bothered. And this time,
distracted by a shiny thing.
Yeah, I went downstairs and I started working on Old Faithful here. And for some reason, I didn't pay attention, and I got to the end of the row, and I turned around and I actually knitted the purl part, and then I started purling the knit part, and I got all the way around to the other half and went, oh shit, I screwed that up. This was like Sunday. Okay, we left Saturday the 15th, Sunday the 15th. We were on Etsy. So I proceeded to start taking it out. And this stuff isn't easy. It splits. And anyway, I got mad at it, rolled it up, put it away. Pulled out my hair ties. Must have made 20 if I made one. I took my yarn with me. I was going to make coasters for them. It was supposed to be a coaster pattern that I got. And you did a double crochet in red, a double crochet in white, and you went around and made a coaster.
Yeah.
And
but because that's a great thing to make for people on a cruise ship.
Well, yeah. I don't know. And then it turned into hair ties where you just single crochet around the whole thing. Then I did 2 double, 1 single, 2 double, 3 double, 1 single, made the ripple, and then single crocheted around the top. So I started doing these. I must have made 20. Right. Every time I saw somebody that had hair.
Here, you need one of these.
Here, would you like? Merry Christmas. So some of them were wearing his bracelets.
Yeah.
Then I gave one to one of the guys.
I love this.
He's from Honduras and big, missing a couple of teeth. Happiest guy I've ever met in my life. His name was Winston. And
that's the best name ever.
Yeah, it was.
Winston. Yeah.
And he remembered my sister. He can't forget my sister. Anyway, he'd bring her the drink and he always had it ready. And so he's like, he didn't get anything. I didn't make anything. So I gave him one. He put it on his ear. I said, I don't have big. I said, I don't have a ring big enough for your head. And he goes, well, I got a big head. And I'm like, and then he's talking Honduran trash. It was hysterical with the accent and everything. So then he takes it and he puts it on his ear and he walks around with it. And everybody, even the bosses were all like, huh? People would look up at him like, I think people thought he was bleeding from the head or something because it was one of the ones with the white and then the red. And he was very dark. And so then he brought it back. He thought that was funny. I said, you want to take it to your little sister? He's like, no, she ain't got no more hair than me. And I said, oh, well, she doesn't like to take care of it.
Okay, that's fair.
You know, it's natty. And he said she doesn't like all the fuss and you have to do with it. So
that's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. And then one of the other girls said, well, you'll have to take her home a wig. So we kind of got in a hair discussion. And I was like, because she had a wig on, I never would have known. She just pulls her regular hair back and puts a clip in it. And then the rest of it is just all fake. And I got no hair either. It's funny when you get to know them, they break down and they stop the, yes, ma'am. Or, may I get, the polite sound. They get back to their old street and the everyday sort of things. I actually had somebody ask me how much I cruised. And I said, a lot. And she goes, well, a lot of these people. Well, it's just because I engage them. Plus, you're sitting there knitting and they come over and they want to see what you're doing or, and I always ask what's up to, how long you've been doing this, blah, blah, blah. Right. They get to see you. They want to see progress every day. So it's, and I'll talk to anybody.
You'll talk to anybody.
Yeah. I mean, everybody to me is the same. Captain down to the engine crew. It's, hi, how are you? Here, have a peppermint.
Exactly. Yeah. Have a peppermint. Here, have a peppermint.
I did. I gave them away. And then I left them on the tables when we left.
And you brought
over 3.5 pounds of candy.
And because it was, pre-Christmas.
It was pre-Christmas. And I decorated the door with lights and everything. And then I across from our door, I put a snowman advent calendar, and somebody every night, thank God they did this because then I know what day it is. They moved it somehow every night. I don't know if it was a night crew member.
I bet it was.
It probably was. And then I stuck the bag out there, the little bag with the candy in it, and just kept filling it during the course of the week.
Yeah.
And then we went on, when we left Honduras, it was a beautiful day. They let us out on the helipad. So I went down off of the 6th floor. They have a helipad in front of the ship. And we went out, and we got to sail away on it and had champagne and things like that. I had orange juice.
Yeah.
And
you didn't even have champagne put inside your
no,
orange
I
juice?
barely took 2 seconds to stand at the rail. I was too busy running around trying to see everything I could see and waving to the crew. They had a big Christmas tree up in the window upstairs too.
Oh,
waving
did they?
to all the people and the mast and the shore guy and everything. So I was having a great time out there.
Cool.
And we walked by a couple of doors that were semi-decorated, and the one guy goes, one was really nicely done, very tactful. Not tacky at all.
Not tacky at all.
Very pretty, almost like a decorator had done it with the pretty leaves and stuff. And he goes, oh, that's nice. He goes, there's one on 7 that's got lights and candy. And I'm just snickering back there because it's like,
that's me.
That's me. You got mine. That's my door. So yeah, suitcase was 48.5 going down. It was 49.1 coming home, and I bought stuff.
Right.
The trick to it is take 3 pounds of candy, and then you'll have plenty of room.
Then you can give away the candy and have room for.
Yeah.
Mags says Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
to you too.
Yay. How's baby? Good.
Yeah, hopefully baby's good.
Ellie, hope you're watching. Oh, funny story, guys. Remember these?
Oh my gosh.
Remember my Ellie mittens from over a year ago? She made these
from Norway,
hand knitted, gorgeous. Wore them on that trip because it was cold. Took these night before we left.
Right.
Our finance company gave us a dinner, and we saw the Dolly exhibit and Newfelds at our art museum here in Indy. They do a beautiful light with music and stuff. Mm-hmm. It was really nicely done, but it was cold. It was like 20 degrees. So I wore my mittens.
Yeah.
Stuck them in my sleeve, thinking they'd be safe, hanging my coat.
Yep.
They moved the rack. My mittens fell out. Somebody picked them up. And I don't know if they didn't realize they had them or whatever, but they were around the corner on a table. Somebody found them. I go to the people that set this thing up. Did anybody turn in a pair of mittens? Every bartender, all the people at the front desk. I'm running around practically in tears telling them the story
because
Ellie, who drove 2 hours to meet me.
I got these in Norway
and I'm going to freeze out there, and I'm not going to go do the lights, and I want my mittens back.
All right.
Sure enough, somebody comes back later on when I'm telling, there's like 6 people around me helping me try to find these mittens. They're feeling so bad.
I'm going to make you a cord. We're gonna connect them so you can put them in your sleeves. So
I'm gonna attach them to the sleeve like the kids do. And so finally, some guy walks up and he goes, "Who lost the mittens?" And I said, "Oh my God!" I hugged him. I said, "Thank you for finding my mittens." He goes, "I just picked them up off the table out there." And I said, "I went out there. Where were they?" And he goes, "Around the corner." I said, "Oh, maybe somebody just set them down, not realizing, And then.
Or maybe he had them all along, and
who knows?
At this point, he felt guilty.
I'm going with the Christmas goodness,
the cynical one,
and I'm going with the good cop here. And they anyway, and then of course everybody had to come over and see him who had heard about him.
Right.
I mean, 30 people were looking for these mittens, Ellie, and I said, "Oh my God, look at this!" And then when I was out walking around, I had them on, and they're like, "You found your mittens."
Yes, I did.
And they thought that, so it was so nice. And they are so comfy and warm. Oh, they're the best. Yeah. Thank you, Ellie. And anybody who does this Fair Isle, look at this. I mean, she is just incredibly good. Look at that. I look at them and I think, I really need to figure out how to do some of this.
It's not difficult. You did that.
I did this. I did a sheep hat.
You did the sheep hat. You could do this.
I could do that.
You could do this. I don't even know if This pattern, I doubt has anything where you have to catch.
Yeah,
it doesn't look
not.
like.
No, this is just back. I mean, this is your true.
Maybe this one.
Yeah, maybe. But you can't even tell where she did everything. This is, look here, even here. I mean, look at how gorgeous that is. I love people who can do this sort of stuff. It's beyond me, but I love it. And it was perfect because of the snowflakes and everything, and it snowed a little. And yeah, so I got my mittens back. So I almost had a trauma. I was going to be like, oh my God, how am I going to face winter? But
without your Ellie mittens.
My warm Ellie mittens. Right. Otherwise, on a normal day, it's back to the 50s on Christmas Day. That's back to my, that'll be back to my regular little fingerless mitts. But this is like anything less than 30 degrees. And somebody's moving. Woo! I'm here today. Woo, 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 woo.
Well, I'm getting my use out of this yarn because this is the third time I think I have done something with this. Well,
good stuff. Too bad we don't know what it is.
Because remember I said that I was going to try and do a crocheted version of that hat, that pattern that one that shall not be mentioned anymore. Like the Harry Potter thing.
Yeah.
So I did that one time, top down, tore that back out, tried it again, top down, still wasn't working out. Mm-hmm. So now I'm just tried and true. Go back to the way I know. So this is single crochet in the back loop to do the band, the ribbing of a hat. But then I thought, I can knit just plain knit in the round without having to look. That I can do. I can't single crochet in the round without looking. Like I have to look at it to, so like if I want to watch a movie.
Sure, you're doing this.
In the dark. I can't knit or crochet. Yeah. I mean, I can't crochet.
Yeah.
I have to actually be able to see what I'm doing when I'm crochet. But knitting, I don't. So what I'm thinking is once I join this to be in the round, what I typically would have done was then crochet, because this is crocheted. I would crochet and, crochet up and do a hat.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to pick it up and knit the hat.
I would. Mm-hmm. Smart move.
So the part that I don't like about doing a hat and knit, which is the ribbing, because it's purling, it's knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl.
Because she likes to knit through the back loop. I do too.
But I hate constantly having to change.
Yeah.
Knit to purl to knit to purl to knit to purl to knit to purl. It just drives me nuts. It seems like it takes fucking ever. So I always stop at like an inch.
Oh.
It drives me absolutely mad.
Right. It's usually, okay, my ear's this wide. I can start here because I'm going to increase on the next round. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So this way I can make my ribbing a little bit longer because this doesn't drive me as batty nuts as doing knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. And then I can do the knitting afterwards for the hat.
Yeah, do a base round, and then you can decide how you like it, whether, when you kind of slide, and then you can do an increase round because it wouldn't matter.
Right. Yeah.
That's a great idea. Smart as a tack, I'll tell you.
No, just lazy. Like I don't want to.
Speaking of lazy, you know how I said the KISS method. We were talking about that
keep
before.
It simple.
We were in, I think it's Belize, and the boat comes flying in, and the guy's got a KISS shirt on. It says he's got lips around. Keep it simple. Dot. And I said, that's my philosophy. And he goes, turns around, and it says shithead on the back.
Keep it simple, shithead. It's just like,
I died.
Yes.
I just died. And it was like, oh gosh. And then all these people, of course, trying to get on it. It was a pretty big step trying to get on it. So I can understand why he probably wore it, because everybody seemed to think there was an elevator or something to get him on there. you know, there's a ramp. There's a ramp to get you up, but there's no ramp to get them on. And this lady's trying to get her husband out of the wheelchair and on this boat. And it says right on the excursion thing, not mobility.
Yeah.
If you have mobility issues, unfortunately,
it's not mobility accessible. Yeah.
They put the ramp in to get you up there just because some people have canes and things like that.
Yeah.
And they had 3 people helping onto that boat.
Okay.
But they hadn't done anything else. And the one side, it's funny because the side that you get on the ship, on the boat, is really nicely painted and all with the pretty colors and anchors and fish and things like that. But the other side, they didn't bother to sand down. And so I kind of looked and thought, yeah, it's got a date on it, 1982. And they're still sailing it out into the open waters in Belize. And I'm thinking, you know, whatever. The wife was rather young.
Oh. Yeah.
And the man was not rather young.
Not rather young?
Yeah. And so I think she was the diver and he was just there for observance.
Well, he had to have something good to look at.
Of course you do.
He was, manning the boat.
The rest of them I certainly wouldn't have wasted my appetite on. You know. Celebrity caters a little to the older crowd, a little more wrinkles and cellulite floating around. So
I know you guys thought that we forgot all about Christmas, but we really
didn't.
We didn't.
No.
I mean, I know
we aren't. She is.
I kind of am.
Kind of. Hold on. She's got a surprise for you. And normally I would be all decked out. And I thought about going in the kitchen, but my bag is Christmas. See, I carried my yarn in my little Christmas bag. These were 2 for $1.25 at that Dollar Tree. So cute. Oh! Sasquatch! Oh my God. He's got cool sunglasses.
Sasquatch. Well, it's
grabbing his hat.
Yeah, the he who shall not be named.
Where's that hat?
Yeah.
Bye.
It's my favorite hat too.
It's the best looking Sasquatch I've ever met. Let me tell you. Haven't met many, but
he's going to play golf.
Outside?
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's going to be inside today.
He's going to play golf at a simulator.
I'd be like, I need my hat.
Y'all, I found this at the Myers.
Okay.
Just the other day, and I had to get it
because it's just adorable.
Because it's fucking the best.
Awesome.
And I got the whole thing. I got the top and the bottom.
Yeah. Blah, blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah.
The Grinch stole Christmas. There we go.
Yeah, and the sleeve has the Grinch down the side.
Right. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, y'all, this is my size.
Right.
But I think it's made in a non-size conforming country.
Could be.
Possibly, because the pants are the same size and they are absolutely huge on me.
Yeah,
they're massive.
Yeah.
But the shirt, no. Nope.
No.
Yes, I can get into it.
Yeah.
I can get into it. It's not a problem. As a matter of fact, like the shoulders are a little big, but the upper arms are
and it doesn't stretch out.
No, it doesn't stretch at all.
It's
the upper arms are tight,
yeah.
but the rest of the arm is loose.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. And then it's like super tight right here.
But then it doesn't do this.
Big around the bottom.
Yeah.
So I actually sat here and went, I've been having fun cutting up my clothes lately so that it feels better. I don't have, whatever. And I'll cut off this, I've gotten over I paid $25 for that. I don't care. Like, nope. I'm just whatever.
Comfort is the name.
So I sat here and went, but it doesn't matter what I cut. Like,
it's not going to matter.
It's not going to fit right.
The only thing you can do is make an open sleeve shoulder.
I'm like, I just cut off the sleeves all together and make it into a muscle shirt, but it's still the right around the boobs is really tight. Right. I mean, it is only right around the boobs.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, what do I do? Like, do I just
ding?
So I said, I'm just going to go get another fucking black shirt and I'm going to cut this out. And I almost did it this morning, y'all. I almost did it. and asked Miss Deb to cut this out and just put it in zigzag, sew it on. Like, I almost think it would be better if it was done sloppily.
I can do that.
Like, really sloppily. To have like little, because it's the Grinch.
It's the Grinch. He did it.
Like, do it in like hot pink, like,
sure,
fuzz yarn that, like, yeah. So at any rate, I'll put
a needle and thread down here.
Yeah. Like, do it with DMC floss.
Yeah. Hang the thread.
I almost did. I almost just cut it off and then pinned it onto the other shirt and wore it. Because that would have been funny.
That would have been funny.
I just didn't have enough time to do that and make breakfast.
No, that's okay. Because I don't need to have it done for a year.
Right.
See? So next year, and I might even guarantee it then.
I might even get a blanket along with it. No,
maybe.
But I do like
showing the pants.
I do
pants are cute.
I do have the pants. See? So they have the Grinch down the side.
Blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Blah blah blah. So I'm gonna take it home and I'll fix it and make it cool. I fixed Colleen's jacket.
Did you?
That one. Because they gave her these rowing jackets and it had the extra butt flap, the long flap in the back. She didn't want that. She kept sitting on it and I'm sure was choking herself.
Yeah.
She sat down. So she so I put a hem in it for her and her friends were jealous. I said, we got to have connections.
Right.
Got to know somebody.
So I just said, maybe this one can have fun with this one.
I can have fun with that, and I can do that.
Over the Christmas.
And if I screw it up, I'll just embroider it. Find another sweatshirt.
No, you can't screw it up because it's the Grinch. You could do it with orange thread and like do a whole zigzag right across his face, and I would be totally fine with that too.
Yeah.
I almost picked up a night before Christmas t-shirt. To go with my Grinch sweatpants. But I'm like, you know what? That's a little bit wrong. So I went with purple. I couldn't even find a green sweatshirt or a pink sweatshirt.
No, you can't find them anywhere.
So I'm like, all right. So I'm getting a new purple sweatshirt.
Yeah, there you go.
In the boys section.
Because
all the girls are crop top now.
Oh, God, are they ever?
What the fuck is up with that, guys?
I know.
Is it just me? I don't want a crop top.
I don't either.
Sweatshirt.
No, I have to wear them longer. I even bought a large because
that is a little big on you.
It is, but that's okay. It'll go over my jacket and over a shirt and over something else in the process. You can
have 2 shirts and a sweater on underneath and put that one on.
And when I got to the airport, that's what I did. I had a long sleeve shirt. I had a jacket on, and then I stuck the sweatshirt over, and I had my hood up, and I was still cold. And then my husband gets me my coat when I got in the car. I mean, I look like, what's that, the one Christmas one where the kid goes out and sticks his tongue on the pole?
The Christmas Story.
Do you know that they're selling that nasty leg?
The leg lamp?
It's back in style. They have been
doing that since that movie came out in the 80s. The leg lamp shade has always been a cult thing.
That's my bah humbug. I'm not one of those Christmas feel-good movies.
I love the Grinch.
Yeah.
I love the Grinch.
Feel-good movies.
I have to find something else that I've been working on. But
she's been working on. I just pulled out on mine. I knew I was going to be doing for Christmas, and I'll have to send a picture because I see my sister on Saturday. I made little ornaments, round ornaments with the cutest expressions. And I had to finish all the little pieces for that. That was my first project. Then I went to this, which is, remember, guys, it's that shawl that's never ending forever. And this is how much I have left, too. I have tons left.
I don't know where it is.
Oh, well, it'll turn up someday.
And one of Jamie's buddies asked for
a hat?
A hat that goes over his his golf hat. Like, so he wants to be able to wear, like a baseball cap, and then a stocking cap over the top, which Jamie does that. Maybe
this hat. If you, what I did for Mikey has a headband, a wider headband that he wears.
Jamie does that with this one.
Oh,
my husband wears this one over
the head, and then
over his ball cap.
Okay.
No, he puts his ball cap on first, and then this on over the top.
This.
They want the bill.
Yeah, they want the bill. They want to be a duck.
And so Odin asked if I could make one of these for him. Yeah, but Odin has a head about the size of yours, so teeny tiny. So I started doing it in Brenda and Heather green.
Oh, nice.
Like Bah Humbug or something.
Oh yeah, that's the new one.
No, it's just one from a while ago. In DK.
Okay, in DK.
Yeah.
I make most of my hats in DK, I have to admit, except for the one we shall remain nameless.
Right.
But I did find a new pattern. Let me tell you here. This one is actually pretty good.
I'm thinking, because the she who shall not be named anymore, it is a good pattern hat. It's a great hat. So this is the problem. I'm wrestling with this. Yeah. I think if I change the pattern and write it up,
do it a little bit different.
No, it's not that pattern anymore.
No, it's not that pattern anymore. It's this
and I wouldn't sell it.
This pattern.
I wouldn't sell it. I would give it away to anybody who wants it. I wouldn't sell it.
I think I'm giving away to anybody who wants the muscle bird. I give it away. Don't tell anybody. I did on the ship. I had 3 copies.
Oh, did you?
And they said something about it. And she says, "Oh, I'm looking for a good hat. Here's one. I won't make any more for personal reasons." I said, "But here, you can have the pattern." She goes, "Oh my." So, but I did.
I think I may, because I changed it. From the get-go for myself anyway. Exactly. So I think I may just.
And I go halfway, and then I sometimes
rewrite it.
But I did find too.
With my way,
go on Ravelry. It's called From Infinity Fibers, which probably they have their own website. It's called the Silly Santa Hat.
Oh my God, I so want to do this.
I'm going to do it. It ends up being about 60 inches long.
It is so fucking fantastic, y'all.
I'll try to get this a little bit. This is just the beginning. This is where. See? It is, and that's not even the whole hat. You have to scroll up to get to the end of the hat. Isn't that adorable? And you can do it in any color, because then you've got your attached scarf.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been cold getting off the plane. I could put this on. I could wrap it around me, for Christ's sake. So that was one of the ones I found. It's called Silly Santa Hat. It's on Ravelry.
Is that a pay for pattern?
No, I think it's free. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, you son of a gun. There it is. Silly Santa Hat. Okay, come on. It is, hold on. It's free.
Silly Santa Hat is free.
It's written by Kristen Bailey.
How many skeins of yarn does it take? Or how much?
Fingering $690 to $1,115.
That's a lot.
Yeah. 1,115 yards.
That's at least three skeins. 3 skeins.
But look at all your leftovers. If you just kind of pick a color to put in between for the stripe, you could easily do.
You could totally do that out of fiddle bits, but a hat like that, I would really want to have.
Oh yeah, me too. Christmas. I mean, I would definitely do.
Well, that. I would want them to be coordinating colors. It doesn't need to be necessarily be Christmas colors, but
And then
I don't know if I would do just fiddle bits. Like this is going to be fiddle bits, and I don't really care what colors.
This one is called
the jelly bean.
The jelly bean
toque.
My toque. And this one, I believe
that's a Canuck for you.
Canuck for you. Yeah, let me tell you, it's one of those. This one is written by Steph Cookhouse. Nice, easy last name. Done in sport weight.
This is kind of like the hat that should not be named.
Yeah, sort of. You do the hat. I think I don't know if it has a provisional cast on or not, but let me get it. It's free in Ravelry as well. And this one, actually, the pattern goes like this. So you can either turn it into 2 hats and then stitch it together. You could Kitchener. Or you could just knit down, if you like me, who gets a little tired at the end. I'll do the jelly side, but not the bean side. So this is the jelly side of the toque. It's a jelly toque for me. So that's what that would be. So I found those 2 on Ravelry during one of my.
I really like the Silly Santa hat.
Oh, me too. At first, it would be a great to go carrying project. Then after a while, you'd have to, because you got to start with the brim. But it'd be perfect for this kind of brim, and then just keep going and going and going. The thing is if nothing else, it gives you you can use one color. You could do anything you want.
Right.
I just think it would be great. I thought it was perfect.
Oh my God. And I was talking with Jamie because some of my favorite like my pink and white one of the She Who Shall Not Be Named pattern, that is probably one of my favorites right now that I'm wearing. But my other one is my gnome hat that my friend up in Minneapolis knit for me. And she's been doing them for so many years that she doesn't have a pattern anymore. She just does
it with her brain. Yeah.
She just does them.
Yeah.
And it's like that silly Santa hat where it's triangle shaped because we all just call them the gnome hat. So she does them with, and everybody who's a friend of hers or a friend of their kids has them. Yeah. Like everybody that on a boat has a hat or some mittens or whatever, this is her niche. And she does it. Each one is completely different.
Sure.
They're all Fair Isle.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And she does them and they're lighter than fingering weight.
Oh yeah, she does it like in the really light, almost like a lace.
It's not lace,
but it's a light fingering. But they're so soft.
But they're also gradient. Each skein is gradient. She does the hat in 2 gradient skeins. I'm gonna go get it. You all might not have seen it yet.
Yeah, she's Leah. On Instagram.
Not Leah. Leah didn't make me go to my gnome hat. But Leah makes great Fair Isle hats.
Who made the Fair Isle hat? Wait, anyway, I'm going to talk about Leah. She's a pygmy tiger on the knitting and in Instagram. She knits like super fast. By the time we were talking here, she would have been through this 1,000 unbelievably big skein of yarn and been done with everything because she's just a super fast, super efficient knitter. But she always, which is good because you can kind of maybe do this when you're just starting out or if you're reorganizing. She color codes her fiddle bits into these big little round and then stacks them up in the corner. Yeah. And so she's got like the greens and the pinks and the
blues and teals.
And she just and it's amazing. And she does this beautiful. Oh, that one. I love that one.
Okay, y'all. So this, my friend Mona.
Yes.
Her son works with us.
Oh, really?
Hank is
her
son. So this is what I'm talking about. So this is just 2 different skeins of gradient yarns.
Yeah.
One was purple, one was green. And then done in Fair Isle. Now, like I said, everybody that I know.
Wow. I love this.
I begged her for like 3 years. I'm like, I need one of your hats. So I made her a hat, pair of mittens, and a blanket so that I could get one of her hats.
That is the greatest hat.
Y'all, I need a pattern for this. Now, I've asked her for it. She's like, I don't have a pattern anymore. I don't know. So she basically has a book of Fair Isle that she just goes off of.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And she asked me what colors you want. I go, I don't care. I don't care. You could go into your yarn bin and pick out the colors you hate the most.
Right.
That you don't want to make for anybody else and just make them for me. I am totally fine with it. Right. Totally fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And any of you people out there that do any of your own dyeing,
So if you guys know of anybody who has this type of,
but you could almost, I don't know. I'm not good.
No, I want this type of hat.
And like I said,
I want
the
silly
Santa hat pattern
in Fair Isle.
She gives you how to come down.
Yeah.
So you know how many rows, and if you wanted it a little longer, you just, instead of 10 rows or 12 rows, do 14 and then decrease.
Or a little shorter,
or whatever. A little shorter, whatever you wanted to do for your kids or something. And she has, I think it's multiple sizes too, but anyway, it's great. So someone like Leah, who has that all nicely colored, she could easily do that. Me, I'd have to go searching, and I don't search. So I just start with a.
Leah does Fair Isle with 5-6 colors. Whatever.
I know.
She don't care.
Ellie does that.
Did you see the Notre Dame hat that she made for Breton?
No.
Yeah, a couple. I mean, before she left.
Oh, that's right, she did.
Before she left,
it was unbelievable.
She designed it.
I know. Just did it. Yeah.
And then the fornicating deer. That one is just hysterical with the deer that are all the way going around the hat. It's hysterical. Yeah. But if you're galloping on a horse,
who's
nobody sees it.
Well, you just see the deer going along when you're doing a run or something.
She showed me. She did it in like lace weight. No, she does it in the same.
Yeah.
I can't think of the type of yarn used for Fair Isle, but there's a specific type of yarn that's used for Fair Isle. At any rate,
kind of a loopy.
So she had to point it out to me because she did hers in like gray and brown, so it really like you really didn't see it.
Not like someone we know who did that hat with black and bright pink.
No, like that, of course.
You gotta do that. I mean, seriously, I went looking for socks for someone that uses that word a lot, and the biggest problem was it sort of blended into the sock. I don't want that. I mean, a tie, I can get it because sometimes you have to be careful, and they have to really, stare at the tie to see Mickey Mouse or FU or the bird or whatever.
Or if it's written in cursive.
I did find a shirt that I found a tie that had a bird on it, tiny little bird. It said, "Like my bird." That's what it said on the tie. And that's all. And this tiny little bird here in neon colors, like my tie. And the bird's over there going kind of in the same shape.
Right.
I thought that was funny. But you don't wear ties, so I couldn't get that for you.
And do you watch any of the Food Network stuff?
Sometimes.
So the what is the Ted Allen does the Chopped. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we were over at my in-laws and they had Chopped on, and Ted Allen had this striped sweater on. And he's lost a little bit of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamie says, "Okay, I can't take it anymore. He looks like Where's Waldo." Right? So now I can't get it out of my head that Ted Allen looks like Where's Waldo. We were talking about the bird. It's like, whatever. Where's the bird?
Yeah.
So Mark, my father-in-law, had no idea what Where's Waldo is. He had never heard of Where's Waldo.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So guess what we got him for Christmas? We got my father-in-law Where's Waldo book.
Oh, fun. I love it.
Because what do you get people?
I know it. You after a while, it gets to be at our age.
Yeah, we got him a Where's Waldo.
Yeah,
a bottle of bourbon.
Yeah, Maddie's the only one, and even now with Maddie, I'm going more for kitschy, silly little things. And when she moved into this apartment, out of the dorm life and into the apartment, I like to color. So I colored some little cards, and I went to Dollar Tree and got a couple little frames. And I said, and these damn well better be on your refrigerator when I come and see you. Sure enough, they were. And I said, did you put those out because I was here? She goes, no, I have them out all the time. And then she's like, look, I even keep them dusted. She had them in a Ziploc bag in the drawer of the side before you came. And then she took them out. She probably keeps them up there, but in a Ziploc bag. Right. Yeah. So, and if somebody says, why do you have them in a bag? Oh, I don't want them to get dirty or something like that. Perfect excuse, because she does do a lot of her
Bob would get upset if they were dusty.
Exactly. A kid doesn't even know. And then, of course, Gail's calling me Bob. And people have met me and they're like, I thought your name was Deb, so then they think that they've been calling me the wrong name. And then I have to tell them the story and they're like, oh, I love that story.
So then they start calling you Bob.
And then they call me Bob.
Right.
And I said, and anymore, if I hear Bob, like we were out walking and somebody's yelling Bob, I thought it was Gail calling me. And I thought she didn't even get off the ship. What do you mean? Where is she? And I'm looking around for my sister and whatever.
And you're like, oh, not me, Bob.
Not me, Bob. Other Bob. Because I think it's like that with moms.
Yeah.
I mean, your kid's mom, because some moms don't look, so you kind of know. But if you're just hearing, Mom,
then it could
like
be
16
like
mothers.
Any distressed child yelling mom is going to get a mom.
Yeah, it's going to get a mom. So that's another situation that I think that's what it goes with. So anyway, so is everybody ready for the holidays?
Better be. It's only a couple days away.
Sue mentioned that this is one of these objects, like my little those things, hair ties. It's something that you can do now after you've gotten them all done.
Yeah.
You want to keep your hands busy because you're just.
But you just don't want that big project.
Exactly, and you're over it.
You're so over it.
And
at this time of the year, we're so over it.
So these little type things are great, and they do have knitted scrunchie patterns on Ravelry. I just happen to like the crochet ones because they were a little faster.
Yeah.
The knitted ones, you either have to you have to bind them off. You don't have to worry about binding it. I mean, most of them don't even. They give you all these options to bind off, and the one lady goes, "I just knit, and that's it." And the one lady says, "I crochet it off." Yeah. I do the crochet bind off. But usually you have to fold it because it's hard to get. You'd have to almost do a provisional cast on to get it on. Yeah. But they fold over, and you don't have to make them very big, but you could knit them too in little things and just tie it around and then crochet it together. I've seen them on
or whip stitch it together.
Yeah, if you have no desire to learn, it is an easy thing also to learn because then you learn to think this can be just a tad fiddly.
I think these remember, okay, so take yourself back to the 70s where we had.
I didn't have any more hair then than I do
now.
No,
I know, but you were still jealous.
I was jealous.
Okay, so remember the little socks that we had pom-poms on the back of our socks?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do a combination between the little pom-poms on the back of the socks, which always fell off because your sneaker, right? We always had an issue keeping the pom-poms on the back of our socks. Let's put little pom-poms on these. Let's crochet these and then put little pom-poms on them. So when you put them around your hair, you have little pom-poms, like 1 or 2 or 3
would be
little
great.
pom-poms on there.
That would be perfect.
On the crochet thing, I think that would be awesome.
Maybe that's our 2025 project.
I don't know.
We'll have to see. Thinking, you never know.
I got that teeny tiny little pom-pom maker that is just
it's dying to be used.
It's calling out.
And you don't have any reason to use it as a rule.
Right.
I'm one of those that start out with a pom-pom this big and end up with one this big because I keep doing this.
Cutting. I don't trim hardly anything.
Yeah, I know you don't, but you're very even and she makes the best pom-poms.
No, I think so. Here's the other thing, you're kind of a perfectionist. So my mother-in-law's the same way. And where I think me in I did floral design for so long. I did art things, I was paid to do it. So you get to the point where it's like you realize sometimes a lot less is way more.
True.
So I learned with my pom-poms, just make sure you fill it up full. Cut it and then only snip off the ones that are super long. These are handmade pom-poms. They're not meant to be perfect like you bought them in a store and they were made by a machine. They're not. So I only trim off the ones that are really, really obviously long. The other ones, if they're just not quite the same length, that's fine.
Yeah.
And you're okay with my pom-poms.
I love your pom-poms.
You're totally okay. But when it comes to your pom-poms, you have an issue with your own pom-poms.
I don't make them as fluffy as they should be.
But see, like his little his fluffiness are not completely even.
No.
Right.
This is a free pattern on Ba and Billy website. It's a gnome.
Yeah, it's the whole
gnome pom-pom guy.
It's the whole collage.
They have a whole bunch of them. They got a whole bunch of them, which would be kind of cute.
We showed them last time you were here.
I did.
Yeah, they're so
cute. I knew
cute.
there was something familiar about it.
They're so cute with the
pom-pom on top and the hat. I went searching for the hat because I thought then at Halloween I don't have to keep going through Amazon and trying to find the hat. I can make the hat.
Do you want me to make pom-poms for you so that you can?
We may have to start doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have to. That might be your Sunday morning thing. She'll be making a pom-pom on Sundays. So she's sitting here trying to do the things. So I hope you're all ready for the holidays and you all have a very.
Are you all ready for the holidays?
Yeah, we don't do anything.
I'm not ready for the 5th. Are you ready for the 5th?
I'm searching.
Yeah, I'm not ready at all for the 5th.
On the 5th, we are going to meet because
we're doing our annual knitter
maybe
get
for
together.
Christmas, I might have.
Right.
There's too many to choose from, and most of them are big for my white elephant.
Oh, for your white elephant.
So I don't know how. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get it in. I'll have Mikey see if he can take it apart, and then I'll have to come over and put it back together with whoever gets it.
No, you don't have to be like, Sue gets this one because it's not leaving her house.
Which is true. I did that last year. This is it has to be for Sue because this made perfect sense for her, and I think she got rid of it anyway. So it was the light with all the little extra little lights in the tray and the big magnifying glass in it.
Yeah,
it's perfect. It's perfect. Don't get me wrong. It was a great thing for somebody who does this sort of work, but they've come out, it was quite a few years old, and they've come out with much smaller, better light type things that you can use.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
in your neighborhood.
I think that was donated.
Yeah, and that was fine because that's the whole purpose of it. Yep. It's, something you're about to give away that gives to somebody else.
So for those of you who are new, our white elephant exchange here at the flock table is anything that's already in your home
has to be
you cannot go purchase anything for this.
Right.
Has to be in your home, and it is just no longer wanted, needed, or desired,
and not knitting related.
And not knitting. Yeah, typically not knitting related because we also do a knitting gift
so that you could. We do and then we do a Secret Santa type. Well, we steal it. So if there's something you want that somebody else has. Like some people got somebody's bag. She who will name nameless is Sharon, but I won't name names. They took my bag.
Or somebody else stole some yarn that remember the first year we did that? Do you remember that?
This one was on my case, and she's like, you need to empty your stuff out. I had gone on Vera Bradley, picked up a big tote bag for really cheap. Yeah. And we had designated this months earlier. So everybody knew it was coming. And so I started cleaning out, and I stuck all this yarn in there. I mean, it was in a massive amount. And it was
25 skeins of yarn.
And it was big.
At least.
It was big.
It was a big Vera Bradley.
And nobody picked it the entire time.
No, and then it was great because
Ginny had gotten it.
Ginny got it. And bless Ginny's heart.
She gave it up.
No. She was the one she was moving.
Right.
And so she
switched with Mary or somebody.
No, Mary stole it from her.
That was it.
Mary stole it from her. Ginny had also just gotten swindled for money. Right. She had no cash.
Right. No,
she couldn't even bring a gift.
One of the things.
Yeah, she fell into one of those stupid scammer things.
Right.
So it was perfect that she got the yarn because she couldn't purchase any yarn because she didn't have any money. And then somebody else stole it from her. I'm just not very happy about that.
No, we weren't,
Nothing we could do about it. But
no, but then I stopped over and gave her the other basket that didn't make it into there.
That didn't make it.
So she had a bunch of yarn to work with after that. And she was like so amazed. I mean, some of it was like Dream and Color, Madeline Tosh, but like I said, I don't dig.
Right.
But I am my New Year's resolution is this year, I have to start writing the year on it. Like 125 when stuff comes in, like Miss Babs usually has her sale at the end of the year. So when I buy it, it'll be 12/24. So that I know when I do dig down to the bottom of the pile that it's, I don't have moths or anything. They're very well protected in my house. So it's not like no smoking or any of that other stuff. So they're very good. But I just hate to dig. Well, then you see 16 other things that deviate from it. It was like I went upstairs to do something and I went through 5 doors. I didn't even know what fucking ship I was on at this point because my brain switched to the next place, And then when I walked into the jewelry store, it was like, oh, I'm going to shop. Oh, I can't. I promised I wouldn't. Oh, damn. I can look. Oh, damn. But I did buy earrings. I got new earrings. I lost the back to my other one.
See, it's squirrel horrific.
Well, that's the problem. It's doorways for me because then I squirrel through and I'm thinking, and I shouldn't be doing that. You can't think and go through a doorway at the same time.
No, you should. What you should do is stop worrying about the yarn in your house.
I don't worry about it anymore at all. I just buy it.
Yeah.
Last in, first out.
I mean, I
if it comes this
I can
week,
tell you need to go through your yarn and
right. This week something comes in.
And it would just be
something comes in, it'll get put on top of the stack, that'll get used.
Listen, you can't take the money with you. You might as well buy the yarn and be happy with buying the yarn.
I am.
Yeah. See?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I will go on a bit of a moratorium in January because I'll be gone for 2 weeks, but I will go on a bit of a moratorium in January. But
you're going to have to buy some more
I'm gonna
hair ties bring
and they come
bring yarn with you.
What makes it so wonderful is they come like a pack like this for $1.
Yeah.
You get you can get all different sizes too.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, these are fun. And do a couple if you're a crocheter and you haven't crocheted for a while.
Yeah.
These are perfect to kind of bring it back into your brain too, and somebody who's counts and who knows how to do patterns and does things can write a pattern. I won't get that far.
No, these don't need a pattern.
Mm-mm, they don't. It's just whatever you decide to do. And like I said, I'm going to look at my drunken granny stitch and maybe come up with something with that because I really like the look of that at the top, maybe just around it for the bun ones.
A granny square?
No, like a granny. The drunken granny goes differently. It doesn't make you don't do a corner. Like the granny square has the 2 in the corner.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind. I know what I'm talking about. I haven't walked through a doorway, so I can't explain it.
She walked through my front doorway.
I was like, oh my God, forgot to turn the heat on outside. The only good thing is you're facing the east. So when I go back out to my car, it'll be nice and warm.
Right.
So.
Okay, you guys, we're fading. So we're going to let you go. You guys have a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Right. All that.
We may be here next week, may not. Never knows with us. I'm here. So, I mean, I could. We'll see.
If I'm here, I'm not sure if I'm going to be here.
Right. Well, New Year's is tough. I mean, getting away. Boy, were the people out. I am not kidding you. That airport was as if it was summertime.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time. And even here in Indy.
Yeah.
Mikey said the parking lot was full. And when he came to pick us up, and he said there must have been 40 cars in the phone lot, which nobody uses.
Yeah. And
at the gas station, and people were parked along the side of the road, waiting, to make the turn to come in and pick people up. Unbelievable. And I have to give Indianapolis credit. They had 3 people out there moving people along at the airport. They were not allowed to sit.
Did I tell you that one of the last times I went to Vegas, I got a $50 ticket because I didn't move fast enough?
Because you didn't move fast enough. And I said, they need to really do that in Indy because for a while there, people were getting out of their cars and walking in. It's one thing if you say to them, I'm parked way up in the front or something. My sister's handicapped. I have to go get her. That's one thing. Then they'll usually overlook it, but they'll make you go all the way to the end. And then, but these people stop right in the middle of door 4, right where ramp is, get out of their cars and go in and have no intentions of it's running. Somebody could jump it and steal it. And it had gotten really bad. It wasn't just 2 layers, it was 3 layers. So it got tough for a while there. And I even wrote a letter to our wonderful city council and said, hey, you need to do something about this. So if you're mad, be mad at me because I got to do it. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you after our little get together. So we'll have to share
maybe before. Never know.
Before. You never know with us. I pop in and out.
Just keep the notifications on and you'll know.
And have a wonderful holiday.
Yeah.
Yay!
See you next time.
Bye. It's not touchscreen.
I know that.
Yeah, damn it.